What's up, you guys? My name is Hutch, and I make videos and put them on the internet. And last night I was watching a movie, like I usually do. And I said this in the last video, but I'll say it now. If you guys are movie buffs, then following me on Twitter and Facebook is an awesome thing to do. Because I used to want to be a film critic. When I was growing up, I used to read. Our paper was called The Press Democrat in Petaluma, California. And every Friday, the movie reviews would come in. And I remember skipping to the movie review section of that. I would look forward to Friday all week because I've always loved movies. And I wanted to be a critic. And so, if you guys follow me on Twitter and Facebook, we watch a lot of movies here, and I'll take pictures of what movie I'm watching and what scene I'm watching and why it's like one of my favorite scenes. But if you didn't know that about me, now you know. I am a huge movie buff. I watch like 2 to 3 movies a day. I'm like Kim Jong-il up in this bitch. If you guys didn't know, that guy was fucking crazy. He had a personal theater in his home with like a DVD collection of like over 10,000 American films. And anyways, I digress. So I was watching a movie from Paul Thomas Anderson called Magnolia last night. And oh god, am I doing him justice? Is it Paul Thomas Anderson, or is that the guy that did Resident Evil? Anyways, Paul Thomas Anderson, I think that's him. He did Punch Drunk Love and Magnolia and The Master and Boogie Nights and a couple other movies that I can't think of off the top of my head. But he's one of my favorite filmmakers, and he did this film called Magnolia maybe 10 years ago. And if you guys don't know what this movie is, it's an ensemble cast. It has Philip Seymour Hoffman and Julianne Moore and Tom Cruise and John C. Reilly, and the list goes on and on and on. But it basically follows all these different characters' stories and how they all intertwine at the end when this one fantastical event happens. And I'm not going to say what it is, but it's one of the weirdest and most awesome endings to a film that you'll ever see. It's definitely the most random ending to a film that I've ever seen, but Tom Cruise is in it, and he gave this performance in that movie which blew my fucking mind. Like, he plays this character named Frank Mackey who does these motivational speeches called Seduce and Destroy, and it's all about how to conquer women. And he has this very misogynistic approach to dating, and his low battery, eh? And so his character's kind of a prick, and then he sits down and has this long interview with this woman who slowly grinds him down and starts getting towards the truth about his life, which is that he also has a father that he doesn't like, and his father's dying. And at the same time, he gets a call from his father's caretaker, who's played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, to come and like see him before he dies. And Tom Cruise hadn't talked to his dad in years because they had a really bad falling out because of something that I won't say here, because hopefully you'll watch the movie. But there's this scene at the end of the film where he sits down and he finally meets his dad, and he just starts cursing at him immediately and just starts calling him a fucking prick. And then he goes from just pure anger and seamlessly transitions into just horrible sadness and regret and just begging his dad not to die. I was fucking bawling when I was watching this movie last night. And like, I cry during movies. That's my shameless admission. Like, I don't cry. Like, I have a hard time crying like through actual grief. Like, I had a buddy of mine die like some years ago, and the grief didn't hit me until like 2 weeks later, you know. So like, I have a hard time experiencing emotion when it comes to things that actually apply in my life. But as far as movies go, I can cry at a drop of a hat, and that scene just had me. Whew. But it got me thinking, and it got me thinking about Tom Cruise and about how. So like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he started getting a bad rap because he's kind of fucking crazy in his personal life. But my argument to that would be, if you found out that your favorite barista at Starbucks in her private life was a Scientologist and was kind of fucking crazy, would that mean that you wouldn't want to go to Starbucks to get a cup of coffee? Or if it's not Starbucks, if you're not into the corporate thing, maybe you're from Seattle, Seattle is like Starbucks heaven, but maybe you're from a place that doesn't want Starbucks in there and only likes local coffee shops. Total tangent I'm going on right now. It doesn't matter, but you would still go get coffee, and it's the same thing with Tom Cruise's movies. The guy's a fucking lunatic in real life, sure, maybe. I don't know the guy. I think you have to be at least a little bit off your rocker to believe in Scientology, if I can be a little intolerant for a moment. But I don't give a fuck. Tom Cruise has made some of the best fucking movies that this country and this world has ever seen. You like inspirational military dramas? Check out fucking Top Gun or The Last Samurai. Ken Watanabe's in there. Did you see him in Letters from Iwo Jima or Inception? He's awesome. So is that movie. You like action? Why don't you check out Collateral or Mission Impossible? Oh, you like comedies? Watch Tropic Thunder and try not to laugh your ass off when Tom Cruise does his thing. You like romances? Check out Far and Away. Admittedly, that movie's not that awesome, but it's an epic grand tale. But the point I'm trying to make is that Tom Cruise is a fucking phenomenal actor. And I can't say that about every Hollywood douchebag. Like, I don't like Mel Gibson's acting all that much. After I just say, he just does that same look in every fucking movie where it's like a mixture of confusion and sadness and anger. Like Mel Gibson's thing, his face that he does is like, it's like this intense look, and I guess Tom Cruise has the same thing, but his is more like he kind of gently parts his lips a little bit so you can see the whites of his teeth, and he kind of just does that like, it's kind of like that. But anyways, his look I can stand more than fucking Mel Gibson's look. And my argument today for today's random vlog is that Tom Cruise is a fucking film icon, and he deserves your respect. And he's earned my respect. Magnolia is one of my favorite movies of all time. And if you guys have a minute, I don't think it's on Netflix. I think you can buy it on Xbox Video for 800 points or something like that. But it is such a wonderful, wonderful movie. And Tom Cruise's scene it'll fucking shake you up, man. It'll make a grown man cry. But that's my rant for the day, guys. What do you guys think of Tom Cruise? If you don't like him, fuck you.